Hi all, welcome to today's discussion. Myself, Kuchya KS, Assistant Professor, KMCH College of Pharmacy, Coimbatore. Today, we are discussing about the Unit 1 of 7th Sem BPharm Pharmacy Practice. Under that, we are discussing about hospital and its organization. I will be discussing this subunit in three parts. So let's have a quick discussion on what a hospital means. As we all know, hospital is a healthcare institution which is providing medical and surgical treatment and also nursing care for injured as well as sick people. So we are gonna discuss about the definition of hospital and the classification of hospital. So the basic classification as primary, secondary and tertiary hospital, then classification based on clinical and non-clinical basis, organization structure of a hospital and medical staff involved in the hospital and their functions. So in this part we will be discussing about the first three subsections. Already we know the hospital is an institution which is providing medical and surgical treatment and nursing care for sick and injured people. The World Health Organization has given a proper definition on what a hospital means. According to WHO, a hospital is defined as an integral part of the medical and social organization which is to provide for the population complete health care, both curative and preventive, and host outpatient services, reach out in the family in its home environment. The hospital is also a center for the training of health workers and for biosocial research. So apart from the services and medical care we are getting from a hospital building or a hospital setting, these hospital services can be extended into a home environment. That is, the outpatients can be provided a domiciliary services by monitoring of healthcare professionals in its home or in its home environment. And also, the hospital is a center for research activities as well as training for health workers. The hospital can be defined in various terms, like we can say the hospitals are healthcare institutions that have an organized medical and other professional staff and inpatient facilities, and they will be delivering services 24 hours per day, 7 days per week. So the hospitals will be working out truly throughout the month, week or the year. Let's move on to the functions of hospital. The hospital will be providing as with treatment, surgical care, preventive care, palliative care and rehabilitative services, etc. All these functions of hospital can be broadly classified under intramural and extramural services. So intramural services means those services provided by the hospital within the wall of a hospital. Or we can say these services will be getting from the hospital building or hospital institution. That includes inpatient department where the patients who is recurring further treatment will be admitted and given proper care. Drug information services where the health workers and the peoples will be getting all the related information about the drug like drug interaction, side effects, ADR, dosage, etc. Then ADR reporting, that means when an ADR has been occurred. So this can be reported under the services of a hospital. Now the extramural services. As the name terms, the extramural services are the services provided the hospital outside the wall of a hospital, like outpatient department, outreach services, the medical camps organized by the hospitals, or some immunization programs or vaccination program that has been organized by a hospital. So the functions is under intramural and extramural functions. The intramural functions include therapeutic care, preventive care, education, and research activities. The therapeutic functions include diagnostic services, curative services, rehabilitative care, and care of emergencies. And the preventive functions under intramural functions include antenatal and postnatal services, well baby clinic and immunization schedules, family welfare services, control of communicable diseases, and health education. And the education services of hospital include the medical education like medical degree, UG, PG and postdoctoral, then nursing education, specialty educations, paramedical educations and community health education. And the research activities under the hospital will be oriented with clinical medicine and hospital administration. Now, the extramural functions of a hospital include the outpatient services, that is the OP department or OP services in a hospital, and the home care or domiciliary services that are provided by the hospital. That means the patient will be monitored by the healthcare professional in the patient's home environment. So, the intramural functions and extramural functions means those functions or services provided within the wall that of the hospital that constitute the intramural functions, and the extramural functions are those services extended outside the wall of the hospital. Now let's move on to the classification of hospital. The basic level of hospital classification is primary level hospital, secondary level hospital and tertiary level hospital, which can also be called as primary healthcare, secondary healthcare and tertiary healthcare. This classification is also called as level of healthcare. This primary care or the primary level hospital will be focusing on general care for overall patient education and wellness, whereas the secondary level hospital and tertiary level hospital will be taking care or will be treating more severe conditions that require specialized knowledge and more intensive health monitoring. That is, each level of this healthcare is related to the complexity of the medical cases being treated as well as the skills and specialties of the providers. Let's discuss about each one in detail. Primary level hospital or primary care hospital denotes the first level of contact between individuals and families with a health system. That is, when you needed an immediate health care or you have to treat a minor ailment, you will be running to a primary level hospital. Like you are being affected with cold, flu, fever, what and all that, you will be running to a primary level hospital for a primary or a basic care. So the criteria for a primary level hospital are, which include a few specialties like internal medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, pediatrics and general surgery or just general practices. Only a limited laboratory services will be available for general and no specialized pathological analysis will be available. The alternative names for these primary level hospitals are rural hospitals, district hospitals, community hospitals and general hospitals. In India, the primary health care is provided through a network of sub-centers and primary health centers in rural areas, whereas in urban areas, it is provided through health posts and family welfare centers. The secondary level hospital or secondary health care refers to a second tier of health system in which patients from primary health care are referred to specialists in higher hospital for treatment. That means specialists focused either on a specific system of the body or a specific disease or a condition. For example, the departments like cardiology, endocrinology, diabetes care, etc. So the criteria for a secondary level hospital are which is highly differentiated by function with 5 to 10 clinical specialties and have a bed size range from 200 to 800. The alternative names for secondary level hospital are regional hospital, provincial hospital, general hospital. Now the third one, tertiary level hospital or tertiary healthcare, which refers to a third level of health system in which specialized consultative care is provided usually on referral from primary and secondary level hospital. These hospitals will be equipped with specialized intensive care units, advanced diagnostic support services, and specialized medical personnel. In India, under public health system, tertiary care service is provided by medical colleges and advanced medical research institutes. The criteria for a tertiary level hospital include highly specialized staff and technical equipment like cardiology equipments, intensive care unit, and specialized imaging units. This clinical services highly differentiated by function and also can have teaching activities. And also the size of the beds ranges from 300 to 1500. And the alternative names of a tertiary level hospital is a national hospital, the central hospital, or academic or teaching or university hospital. For example, Cambridge Institution is a tertiary level hospital. So, the levels of healthcare are primary healthcare, which is provided at the community level, secondary healthcare, which is provided at a primary health center, a community health center, or a district hospital, and the tertiary healthcare, which are provided at multi-specialty hospitals. Actually, there is no universally acceptable method for classification of hospital. In the year 1988, for the first time, an effort was made and it was published in the Directory of Hospitals in India. The Directory of Hospitals in India 1988 lists the various types of hospital and the types of management. Based on this, the hospital can be classified in many ways, like classified according to their objectives or according to the type of patient treated or according to the ownership and control. The various commonly accepted criteria for classification of the modern hospital can be explained further in next slide. So the classifications are: first one, according to the Directory of Hospital, according to ownership and control, according to the systems of medicine, according to the bed strength, according to clinical basis, and according to length of stay of patients. So based on our syllabus, we have to discuss about the classification of hospital on clinical basis and non-clinical basis. So under this, on the basis of clinical basis, there are few more subclassification, like hospital can be based on disease, based on the type of patients, based on anatomy and physiology, and also the classification according to the system of medicines also lie under the classification of hospitals based on clinical basis. And now, the classification based on non-clinical basis include according to ownership and control, according to the bed strength, and according to the length of stay of patients. So these are coming under the classification of hospitals based on non-clinical basis. According to the Directory of Hospitals, these hospitals can be classified as general hospital, rural hospital, specialized hospital, teaching hospital, and isolation hospital. So the general hospitals are the establishments which are permanently staffed by at least two or medical officers, and they also offer an inpatient services and provide active medical and nursing care for more than one category of medical discipline like general medicine, general surgery, obstetrics, and pediatrics. The rural hospitals are the hospitals located in rural area and permanently staffed by at least one or more physicians, and they also offer patient accommodation, that is inpatient services are there, and also provide medical and nursing care for more than one category of medical discipline. That also are general medicine, general surgery, obstetrics, and pediatrics, etc. Coming to the specialized hospital, these hospitals will be providing medical and nursing care primarily for a particular discipline, like particular disease or particular system. Like for tuberculosis, we will be preferring Dod Center. Then for eye related infections or diseases, we will be preferring eye hospitals, leprosy treatment care, centers, orthopedic cares, etc. Then teaching hospital are the hospitals which has been affiliated for teaching or education purpose, that can be a medical or dental education as well as the paramedical courses. Then coming to the isolation hospital, the perfect example for isolation hospital in this COVID pandemic is the COVID care centers or COVID hospitals. These hospitals are for the cure of persons suffering from infectious disease requiring isolation of the patients. According to ownership and control, hospitals are divided as public hospital, voluntary hospital, private nursing homes, and corporate hospitals. These public hospitals are those run by the central government or the state government or the local bodies and public sector undertakings on a non-commercial basis. These hospitals can be general hospital or specialized hospital or the combination of both the general hospital and specialized hospital. As we discussed, general hospitals are those that provide treatment for common diseases, whereas specialized hospitals provide treatment for specific diseases like infectious diseases, cancer, eye disease, psychiatric ailments, etc. Coming to voluntary hospital, these hospitals are established and incorporated under the Societies Registration Act of 1860 or Public Trust Act of 1882 or any other appropriate acts of the central or state government. These are run with public or private funds of a non-commercial basis. No part of this profit of this voluntary hospital goes to the benefit of any member, trustee or to any other individual. Similarly, no member, trustee or any other individual is entitled to share in the distribution of any of the corporate assets on dissolution of the registered society. So these voluntary hospitals will be run by a trust and they will be run on a non-commercial basis. Example is the Ramakrishna Hospitals of Coimbatore. Now coming to the private nursing homes, these homes are generally owned by an individual doctor or a group of doctors. They accept patients suffering from infirmity, advanced age, illness, injury, chronic disability, etc. or those who are convalescing. They do not admit patients suffering from communicable disease, drug addiction or mental illness. These nursing homes will be running on a commercial basis. Coming to the corporate hospital, the latest concept is of corporate hospitals, which are public limited companies limited under the Companies Act. They are normally run off commercial lines. They can be either general, specialized or both. PSG Hospitals of Coimbatore, Kensit Hospitals of Coimbatore are some examples of corporate hospitals. The hospitals can be classified into large, medium and small depending upon the number of beds available in that hospital. Like the large hospitals will be having a bed strength of 500 or more, and a medium hospital will be having a bed strength between 200 to 500, and a hospital having less than 200 beds comes under the small hospital category. The hospital can also be classified according to the system of medicine practiced in that hospital, likewise as allopathic hospital, Ayurvedic hospital, homeopathic hospital and Unani hospital. Now, according to the length of stay of patients in a hospital, the hospital is again classified as acute care hospital and a chronic care hospital. For example, if a patient may stay for a short term, like for the disease like gastroenteritis, fever, etc. He need a short term care, and such hospital is called as acute care hospital. And when the patient requires a long term care, like for example cancer or some other mental illness, etc. In that case, the patient required a long time of stay or long term treatment. Such kind of hospital that provide long term care is called as chronic care hospital. So let's have a quick review on the topics we have discussed today. First, we are moving to the definition of hospital. So hospital is an institution providing medical and surgical treatment and nursing care for sick or injured people. Now, coming to the functions of the hospital functions can be broadly classified as intramural and extramural functions. Intramural services are those services within the walls of a hospital setting like inpatient departments, ADR monitoring, etc. And extramural services are those outside the hospital setting like outpatient departments or outpatient services, domiciliary services, etc. Now coming to level of healthcare, this level of healthcare has been divided into three: primary, secondary and tertiary. So the primary level hospital will be the basic or the first system of contact between the public and the healthcare system. And the secondary is more specialized than primary, and the tertiary level hospital is more specialized hospital with advancement in the level of treatment, diagnostic procedures, machineries, etc. And finally, come to the classifications. These hospitals can be classified according to the director of hospital, clinical basis and non-clinical basis. On clinical basis, these hospitals can be classified according to the practice of medicine based on the diseases, based on the anatomy, physiology, etc. And the non-clinical basis of classification of hospitals is like based on the ownership or control of the hospital, based on the bed strength, based on the length of stay in the hospital, etc. So that's all for today, and this section will be continued in the next part. Thank you.